Hey everyone, today I will show you how you can model this cool charger, and what's very interesting is this surface transition, right? Where we have this little nice cool detail, and the interesting thing is that this type of detail is used very often in product design, like here or also here this laptop, right? So I don't know, it looks really nice and just looks very high quality. So let's dive into Plasticity, and also if you're new to Plasticity, you can just go to Plasticity XYZ and just check it out for 30 days. And I'm also right now having our Plasticity summer sale. So if you want to learn more complex modeling, so if you are into cars, or if you want to learn how to model a helmet, a motorcycle, power tools, I have so much amazing stuff where I show you the absolute best modeling techniques in Plasticity, which you then obviously can use then for your own projects and concepts and designs. And I also have here amazing bundles for beginners, for people who are into surface modeling, or I have this massive everything bundle where all courses are included with 70% off. So yeah, if you want to master Plasticity, this is definitely the answer. So let's dive in. And I have here this image in PureRef just loaded, and we will start very simple by selecting the cube and delete it. And let's go to the top view and create here a center rectangle, snap to the middle and just drag that out. And yeah, let's just create a shape like that. And press O to offset that, because we have one on the outside, one on the inside, right? So we just want to offset that a little bit, and something like that should be fine. And now let's give it already here some fillets. So here in the middle, we have a little bigger one. So press 2, select this curve, press B for fillet, and let's give it a nice fillet here, something like that. And the outer rectangle, select B again, and let's give it here a smaller fillet. So something like that should be fine. Perfect. Press 2, select this inner rectangle, press G for the move command, and let's just bring it up just a little bit so you can play around as you like, something like that. And that's basically it. So now let's create some surfaces, right? Because again, I will show you how to model that with the modeling technique called surface modeling. So it's literally the only way in Plasticity how you can model this kind of shapes. And yeah, I teach in all of my courses this technique because yeah, it's just incredible, so much fun, it's so powerful. So yeah, select here this curve and let's patch it first because yeah, you see we have a surface, right? So select, press F. Search for patch. I have it on Shift 3, so you can right click, assign shortcut, patch it. Perfect. And select this curve and press H to hide it. And the outer curve, select the curve, and now we want to extrude this inwards because we need again surfaces. So press E and just extrude this a little bit, and something like that should be fine for now. And also now this looks good. Again, select the curve, press H to hide it. Perfect. So now what we want to do is, now we want to create here some curves like that. And then we will use those curves to create the surfaces all around. And then we will also create here this piece. So very simple. Let's select here line, or you can just press Shift A, shortcut. And let's first of all create some straight curves. And here we have already this edge broken down because of the fillet. So we can just create a curve here and just snap it here to the closest point, right click. And now let's do it here as well, like that. And let's go here. So I'm basically just preparing first some curves. Okay, so let me just quickly draw that for, so we want just to prepare here some curves like that, right? Because then we will give them also a a curve. So we will make them round because the surface is round. And then we will start to connect everything here. So yeah, very simple workflow like always. Again, Shift A, and let's just connect here everything. Something like that, but just keep in mind we have here the specific part. So here we will do something different, but for now, like that. So let me think. That should be fine. So just leave out that corner here. And now let's create that corner here because just that we can see it visually and then that we can adjust the curve, so it's better. So what we want to do is so we have this face here, right? And we want to extend it, but only here where this corner is. So how can we do that? You can press 3, face mode, select this face, and with the command isoparam, I have it on Control R. So let me here. So isoparam, put it shortcut Control R. We will use it all the time. We want to create approximately here an edge because before we created this edge here, this was one long edge, right? But now you see it's just this little piece. And the same, we want to break this edge down. And again, press 3, face mode, Control R or isoparam, add the line, press tab to change the direction and something like that. Because now if you press 2, you can just select those edges here and you see you can just very simple extrude them. And yeah, just extrude them so you are going over this edge. And if you press or one of those curves here, so this one here, because we didn't delete it, you can just use now the select this curve, go to the top view, press C for cut and cut into the surface, right click, and now press 4, select this extra piece X and delete it, and let's hide again our curve. And now you see we have exactly this piece here, and now we have some extra lines which I don't want. So again, select 4, select this edge, and now there is a nice command, delete redundant topology. I have it on Control D. So select it and we just get rid of everything just to keep things clean. So clear and clean. I wanted to mix that word. But yeah, anyway. So now what we want to do is, now we want to add one more curve here. So Shift A again and just somewhere here and connect it here to the closest point on the other edge. Because in this area and in this area, we will do our beautiful surface transition. So let's prepare all of those curves. So first of all, press 2, select all of them and press Shift S for subdivide. So we just add one more point. And now, so there are a few different ways, but just for demonstration, something very simple. Let's just select press 1 and select just those two which are on the same edge and go to the left view or something, so you see from the side, and press G. And now, very important, Control click and snap to this edge. Why? Because if you look very, very closely, so here for example, and here, so you see that curve is flat kind of, right? So we want to snap it here to the edge. So it's kind of, yeah, you will see in a second what I mean, but you see it's not just round, but it starts flat, you know, at this edge here. So yeah, we just want to keep that in mind. So again, snap to that edge, and now just left and right, you can drag that a little bit in. So we just add here a little bit of kind of an acceleration, so we have just more rounding here, okay? So let's go to the left points, select them 2, press G for move, and again with Control click, snap to the edge and just bring them in a little bit. Again, it's just eyeballing, and that's fine. And let's go to this view and do the same with this point. G, Control click to the edge and bring them a little bit in. And here on the right, those G, Control click to the edge, bring them a little bit in. Okay, so you see we are basically done. And as always, you know, it's very important to prepare everything in the best possible way, because now you see we will create some surfaces and everything will just magically work, you know. So this is especially what I always teach also and explain in my paid premium courses, because only this way you can just get high quality professional results. Okay, so now what we want to do is, so you can't just here select those things here. So we can't just now create a surface here. This will not work. We have to do something very interesting. So we want to use this curve and how's it called? And sweep it around, so this edge. So we will have a very nice surface like that. And here, this edge which will be created, we can then just extend exactly what we have here. And this will, oh, you will see, it's just so nice and amazing, and it will give us the exact that result. So for that, let's press 2, select with shift click all of those corners, and shift D to duplicate. So we create a curve, right? Because now you can just select this one of those curves and press F and search for sweep and select sweep and just select this curve. And voila, this is exactly what we want. And you see it's just perfect. And now just select all of those 3 curves and just hide them. And yeah, okay, we created a curve that we didn't need, but anyway, yeah, just leave it right that. And now let's do the same here. Select this curve, press F and sweep, and select this curve, right click to confirm. And let's do the last one. Select it, F, sweep, and like that. And now just select all of those curves here on the corner and just press H to hide them. And perfect. And now what we want to do is, now we just want to extend this edge here, because again, as I told you here, it's very flat in the corner, right? So if you select the curve, bam, you see guys, I don't know what about you, but look, this is just so much fun. I love surface modeling, you know, it's I don't know, it's full control, like you just know how to solve that, you know. And select this edge and again extrude it, right click and this edge and extrude this again. And now select 4 for object mode, select this and this little surface at the top, press J. So we have one big surface and it looks a little bit wonky here, or yeah, just too much. So we just have to, so press escape, select this bottom face and now shift click this face at the top. And now just press Q for the Boolean command. And here at the bottom right, you see Shift Q for slice. So press now again Shift Q. And this way it will just slice where those things intersect. And because the lines were touching both of those surfaces, that means that that surface will also always here touch. And especially if you remember, I told you that we will drag this point onto this edge. This is exactly the reason why yeah, we had to do that. So right click and now again just select those extra pieces and just X to delete it, and voila guys, perfect. I very like that. Perfect. So now we can just have some surface modeling fun. So again, press 4, select those surfaces, press J to join them, and now very simple, press 2, select this edge and loft, and shift, give it here G0 because we have a sharp edge, right click, and I don't know guys, look at this, it's wonderful. And the same here, select those 2 edges, loft, shift, G0, and this long part, so let's do this, loft, shift, G0 and G0. Let's hide this curve. And now comes the most interesting part. First of all, again, press 4. Just select everything and press J to join them, just to keep everything at one object. And now, yeah, super simple. Press 2, select this edge and this edge, loft. And you can play here with G2 you see G2. So look, if it's G1, it still looks amazing. And if you render that, you will not see anything. But here we can perfectly give G2 because we have some space. And you see everything just looks super like smooth. And now just add this edge with shift click and give it here G0, obviously, right? So you see everything is nicely glued together, and it looks a little bit weird here, and we will fix this in a second. But first of all, let's go here to the end and again select this edge and loft it with G2 and shift click at this edge with the G0. And perfect, guys. Look, obviously, so I see this face is way too high and it's not the exact proportions, but again, it's the quick, very quick tutorial, and we would just need to adjust a little bit the proportions. But select 4, join everything, and now let's just close this hole. Very simple. Press 2, Alt click. So you select this whole loop, and you should be able to patch it. So just patch it, and you see it does not work because it's just too much, but this is fine. So let me just very quickly show you how to close that guy here. So select this face with 3. So press 3, select this face, Control R for isoparam, press tab, and let's add here an extra edge. So those edges are kind of looking at each other, right? So on the same distance. The same here, we are missing an edge. So press 3, select this face, Control R or isoparam, press tab, and just add here again a edge, because now all of those edges are exactly the same length. So press 2, Shift, 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 and Shift, 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 and just loft it, tap, tap, so it's G0 because here it's just flat. And again, press 4, select everything, join, and now you can close it with a patch. So press 2, Alt click, patch it. You don't even need G1 here, so you see everything is perfectly fine. The same here, Alt click, just patch it, and amazing. And now the last thing is, again, just as a bonus, and if you like it so far, leave me a like and subscribe so you don't miss my next tutorials. And the thing is, so a lot of beginner, what they would do now is they would just press 2 and just select this edge and give it a fillet. And you see, so most of the time it does not work. But even if it's just a quick concept, whatever, then you could use this. But you see, this fillet is not clean, right? Because it's a triangular fillet. Because look, why do all of those other fillets look so good? Because they are always like 4-sided and they are just proportional, right? But this one, you see, it's just a triangle and it's ending just in one point, and we don't want that. So especially in more complex designs, like in car modeling, right? Or even in our helmet course. So we have a lot of those kind of details where we just want the best results. So let's just go back one step before we fillet that. And for that, we will use a amazing surface modeling technique. For press 2 and just select, or Alt click, and just select this whole thing here, and Shift D to duplicate it. So we have a curve here on the left, you see it. And now just press P. So select the curve, press P for pipe. And now let's give it here a nice section. So something like that, not too big, not too small, something like that is fine. And we also want to extend them a little bit here at the endpoint. You will see why in a second. So just here on the distance 1 and 2, just make it like that. So it's a little bit extending. And here also on the other side, just make it a little bit extending. And now let's select the curve first and hide it because it's in the inside. It's a little bit confusing. Press 4 for object mode. And now first select our main surface here. And now shift click our tube. And now press Q to boolean them. So we will cut out the pipe from our main surface. Press OK. And now we have the absolute full control over the fillet with, again, surface modeling. So what I mean by that is if you press 2, you can now select this edge and this edge and press L for loft and press tab. So you give it a nice G2 clean fillet. And now let's see, this looks perfect. And the same here, select both edges, press L, press tab for G2. And very important, shift click, just so it's, you know, it's glued together and connected. So shift click and like that. And now comes the interesting part. So we want to add here exactly the same surface, but we just have one edge here, but we don't have it on the other side. So again, press 3, select this face, Control R for isoparam, press tab and just add here an extra edge. And again, you see, of course, it's a few more steps, but again, you should know how to do it in the best, perfect, professional way. Because obviously in this simple product design, maybe you could go get away with a simple fillet, but the more complex you get, it's just, it's like painting, you know, like it's good to know color theory, or it's just good to know like your paintbrush, whatever, the tools, the possible, like the things that you can use, you know, and yeah, that's very important. And now, press 2, select this edge, and now loft and tab again for G2. Again, very important, add with shift click here a connection, right click, we have this fillet which is smoothly transition into our flat surface. So if you would zoom in, it's bad quality, but it would be the same. Right click, press 4, select the surfaces, press J, and now just press 2, alt click here, this little rectangle, just patch it and press tab, everything is G1. Again, if you like surface modeling, I have at the moment our summer sale where you can save up to 70%, where you will learn much more complex modeling and professional modeling. So for example, this amazing helmet here, look at all of those surface transitions, or power tools, car modeling, if you have a little bit of experience already. So yeah, this is your result here. Very amazing. So yeah, leave me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed that one. Check out first link in the description for the big Plasticity bundle summer sale. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Bye.